So I'm pretty excited about this. I've needed it since I started this challenge. I'll show you what it is here in a second, as soon as I get it open. Amazfit watch, all right? I've had a Fitbit watch before, and I was pretty happy with that. But when I moved to this town, I put that Fitbit watch in a box somewhere, and I have never found it since. It was time to finally pull the Band-Aid off and get a new watch, since I'm trying to track things like my sleep quality, need a condition for running more, tracking my workouts, everything like that. So really good accessory to obviously put on my list of things. And even though it's called an Amazfit, it is not an Amazon watch. I did get it on Amazon. Normally it's like $110, but it was on sale for $79.99. And then I had a $30 credit. So I was like, for 50 bucks, this is a steal. So I went ahead and got it. I'm excited to try it out, so we'll see. All right, it is about 6 a.m. right now. I'm getting ready to go into the gym. I went to bed a little bit earlier last night. I guess since I gave up drinking, it has been easier to go to bed at a reasonable time. So usually I would go to bed at like 1:30, and last night I went to bed at like 11:45 according to my watch. So gonna get my workout. I woke up at 5:30 this morning just on my own without an alarm or anything. Right now I feel great, so I'm gonna try it out. I'm actually very impressed with how busy this gym still is at 6 a.m. This is crazy. So now, if you guys recall, one of my goals is to increase my bench press back to what it was about 2 years ago, which was around 180. Since conditioning though, I have noticed that I seem to have some arthritis, which is making it hard for my right forearm, and there has been a lot of strain in my left shoulder, probably from trying to compensate for my forearm. So I've been spending more time on the weighted plate machines to get stability back, and hopefully we will stay on schedule. Little update for you guys. I've now had this watch for like 12 hours. No, maybe more than that. I officially turned it on at 7 o'clock yesterday. And it started at 70% battery life. It is now at 59%. So I'm gonna let it drain all the way before I actually charge it. Has a lot of cool features. I don't think I've explored them all. I used it for my workout today, and I don't think I did it right. So pretty cool. I'm gonna take my protein shake now. All right, it is noon on my lunch break right now. It's about 45 degrees outside. So this is probably the warmest it's been in a couple months now. So I haven't actually ran a mile yet, and I need to kind of get a baseline on where I'm at. This will give me an idea on what I need to work for. We'll see how it goes.
All right, I just finished that mile run. We're looking pretty rough. We're looking pretty rough right now. It's about just over 12 minutes, and I'm out of breath. There was definitely some walking. I definitely need running shoes. My ankle's killing me now. But overall, I still feel good. Like, it felt good to do it. I think I can do better. I gotta still shave off 3 minutes for me to hit my goal. It's gonna be tough to do in less than a month, but we're gonna try to go for it.
The tournament I set out to win as one of my goals is also coming up this week. So I've been going to the bar down the road from my house and running some drills there. I'm a big underdog in this event, especially going into it where I can't use alcohol to alleviate the nerves like I've become accustomed to. But I need to start somewhere. There are also 3 or 4 more decent-sized tournaments I plan on playing in during March and April. So I'm looking forward to this tournament as the first of many and helping me condition the nerves at the very least. Okay, so to close out this episode, I am going to answer some questions that have come up since starting the vlog. And I appreciate the feedback so far. I appreciate the engagement. So let me preface by saying that although my answers aren't necessarily rehearsed, I did take time to consider what my answers would actually be. I've read the questions, I've taken some notes down, so After I answer these questions, there might be some editing to eliminate dead space between my stuttering or time it just takes for me to connect words and thoughts and putting together a sentence. So, yeah. But here we go. Why the vlog? Do you need to post on YouTube to not drink alcohol? So no, I don't think I do. I've done things like Sober October and Dry January. I've done a 30-day no alcohol challenge that leads up to my birthday, which is right around St. Patrick's Day. So this 30-day no alcohol challenge, it's not necessarily a first. It's certainly been a while, but I have never created a vlog or anything like that along those lines, and creating video content in general has been something that I'm really passionate about. Most of my close-knit social circle knows that's something that I've really wanted to pursue, but I've never really committed to doing a series of sorts. So doing a vlog while focusing on my mental health and well-being seemed to be something that could go hand in hand. What are you hoping to accomplish with your YouTube channel? So I actually created my YouTube channel in like 2018. I tried a couple different ideas. I actually have a podcast series on my channel, which is recorded like an audio journal. And if I had more friends in this area, I would probably consider reigniting that project. But for the most part, I'm just by myself here. So for a lot of different reasons, drinking actually being one of them, not having the time to commit, not having the same kind of work flexibility with my full-time job as I do now, not knowing what to do in general, were all obstacles that just made it hard for me to keep pursuing. And so the idea of my YouTube channel never really took off the ground. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't really think it's off the ground now, but at least it's going in a direction. I think with the 30-day challenge vlog and seeing how it affects me as part of an ongoing theme is kind of a niche that I can dive into. It's definitely a unique concept that is conducive to me being a better version of myself, while also learning how to produce more content on a regular basis. So I'm definitely enjoying that side of YouTube and being able to focus on different projects. So it's been fun. Do you think you'll get YouTube famous, and do you want to quit your full-time job to pursue it? So I try not to fantasize about accolades that aren't really in the frame yet, and just look at the picture in front of me. If I zoom out and try to fit more into the frame, I think, anything is possible. We are definitely in an era where an average guy can do above average things. I think that's a story the majority of the people can really relate to, and it's something that people want to see to inspire them to be more ambitious with their endeavors. So while getting YouTube famous isn't really the priority, I will say that going from zero to hero is a story I hope to share in due time. And if the opportunity came to focus on content creation as a full-time priority or a full-time career, and I can make a sustainable income to live on, I would definitely evaluate what that looks like. But I think that's pretty far off. Who knows though? I mean, anything is possible. How tall are you? So I am only 5'6.5", sadly. I hate it. If I could make a 30-day goal to grow like 3 more inches, I definitely would. But I'll have to settle with being the short king. So, yeah, thanks for that. Is it weird having to record yourself? Yeah, sometimes. Like, sometimes when I'm recording at the gym, I look around first to see if anyone is going to be watching me, set up my phone to record a workout set. And then, especially when I'm only using like 4 or 5 seconds of that footage, it's just like, but I got to do it. I have found like different strategies where I try to be a little more incognito when I'm recording in public. I don't really know if it works, but no one has said anything to me yet about it. Most of the established content creators on YouTube will tell up-and-coming content creators that they just have to do the thing and they have to just get past that mental obstacle of doing things in public. And I don't think they're wrong, but just to be transparent when I say, it's a lot of repetition and it's a lot of mindset motivation, and I don't necessarily think getting comfortable in front of the camera happens overnight, especially when it comes to being in public. Let's see here. How are your goals coming along, and what will you do if you fail them? Okay. So, I mean, the primary goal of no drinking alcohol for 30 days has been pretty on point. I don't think I'm in jeopardy of losing that challenge. I've actually become addicted to feeling good and always being productive. I get a lot more of a dopamine hit when I complete a video or hit a new PR or complete a new chapter on the book that I'm working on, whatever the case may be. I haven't really decided what my drinking lifestyle is going to look like after the challenge, but we'll see what that looks like, I guess. The book that I've been working on is probably the furthest along when it comes to the other goals that I've set. I think I'm probably 80% confident that I'll have some semblance of a first draft completed by my target deadline. As for winning the pool tournament on March 1st, I don't really know what to expect. Some days I have good days, some days I have bad days when it comes to playing. And to be honest, you really don't know what version of your opponent you're going to get either. That's just the life of playing pool. The physical fitness related goals, I think I may have overestimated my capacity to achieve without having a coach present. Just not having someone to yell in your ear to push harder, or not having a spotter to catch the barbell, just makes it a lot more difficult to improve strength in a very short amount of time. But that being said, I've never been afraid of failure. I'm more afraid of stopping if I fail, I guess. That's definitely a thing. So I always have that going on in the back of my head, I guess. But just because I fail doesn't mean that I'm going to give up. Although, in hindsight, I guess I wish I would have been more strategic with the selection of my goals and stacked each goal in a way that helped the other goal, if that makes sense. The way it is now, I feel like each goal is just like an empty cup, and I'm slowly filling up each cup. And by the deadline, each cup will be 3/4 full instead of all the way full. Whereas if I just picked goals that were working together, I could have filled one giant cup up, and that would have been more practical. So there have been a lot of other questions, though, but this has drawn out quite a bit. So hopefully I can address those in future episodes. And if you guys have more feedback or questions, feel free to comment below. Again, I appreciate all the support and engagement that I've gotten so far. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel, as it helps with the success of this project so much. So I will see you in the next episode.